I need to start doing some prep work in the kitchen. So join me today as we make a few things to put in the pantry, to put in the fridge, just to have on hand when we need them. If you're new to our channel, I'm Julia. I'm one half of the Candy Couple, a small homestead family in rural Virginia that works every single day to merge homesteading and frugality. And for us, life is like kicking us in the teeth a bit. We have a big change coming, and I need to start getting prepared for that change. It changes my weekly schedule I've had probably for the past 9 years, maybe 10 years, I don't know, maybe 11. It changes everything. So I'm kind of having to regroup, take a deep breath, and figure out what we can do to still be as efficient as possible. So what are we making today? Today I have a few things I want to get started on. I've got a lot of other projects in the kitchen planned. I plan on making pumpkin muffins. I plan on making sweet potato muffins or donuts, baked donuts. I plan on making a whole bunch of stuff just to have in the freezer on hand. But today we're focusing on oatmeal and also making some pancake mix. So what we're going to do is we are going to make some overnight oats to have in the refrigerator, like the base. Not in the refrigerator, but in the pantry is the base I can pull out as I need. And I've got my list here. What we're gonna have, we're gonna do chocolate granola. We are going to do fruit granola with dates. That's for Aaron, and we're also going to make pancake mix. So those are the few things we're gonna work on getting done. So let's get started here. This is the date granola, and let me know in the comments below. Are you making changes in your kitchen? Have you had to experience this before? Because it's a little frustrating because I've done it this way for so long. I've cooked one day a week for so long that when I have to change this, it kind of shifts everything out of perspective, because I'm like, well, how do I make sure that I have food available on this day? How do I make sure all the stuff that needs to happen happens? So it's kind of an adjustment for me. So I have, this is a ×3 batch. So for Aaron, we're doing ×3, so this is 9 cups of oatmeal. And then this is just some dates. I didn't do a huge amount of dates, just a little bit. Throw that in there. Set that to the side. And I've got some vanilla we're gonna throw in here. You all know me, I'm an eyeballer. Putting in a bit of vanilla. And put in just a smidget of salt. And now we are going to add some maple syrup. So, funny story, we just ran out of maple syrup a little while ago. My little one, it was empty. It had just a smidgen in it, and I got that out, and I'll talk about that in a minute. My little one's like, oops, my canner's going off. She said, Mommy, the maple syrup's gone. You need to refill it. Mommy, you need to refill the maple syrup. And I'm like, baby, we've already gotten it. It's in the pantry. It was just something really cute that she did. It was so cute. It was adorable. How she was just like, Mommy, you can't, like, I need maple syrup for my pancakes. Not that she gets a lot. She just gets just a smidge. But, because I tend to control it, and that's how I make it last so long. Even Aaron, I don't just dump out and pour for him. I give him just a small amount. And he prefers it that way because we don't use as much. And if you hear like bubbling or steaming, that's my canner going. I've got carrots. It's been a busy morning. It's been busy. I've already canned potatoes. I've got carrots canning. And now I'm making all this other food, which I'm a little tired. So I'm going to put in 1 cup of maple syrup. I'm trying to be careful. This is so heavy. Set that to the side. And I'm going to leave this cup out because I will need it here in just a hot minute for the chocolate granola. That one is for me. So we're just going to start mixing this all together. And I've been really trying to cut back on the amount of sweetener that I put into our oatmeal and things like that. I've been trying to cut that way back. And I have, before I would have put like 2 cups of sugar in our oatmeal in the morning. Now I do like 3/4 of a cup of sugar, and I'm really trying to get that lower and lower. Now I have some water here and it looks brown. Yes, it does. That is okay. That is because it's the dish I used to tip one of those bottles up to get all that maple syrup out. I knew I was going to use it for this, so I just added hot water in here to kind of mix with it. And I'm going to pour about half of that. This is a 2 cup. I don't want this mushy. I don't want this mushy. The more mushy it is, but it does need a little bit of water to kind of help it get together and kind of gather so you can start to make this. And this is such an easy recipe. These are so fast, and having them in the pantry is just wonderful. I seal them with my little sealer, and we just have them when we need them. This is a quick breakfast for Aaron. This is a quick lunch for me. If I need a quick lunch, I can eat this and some boiled eggs, a small bowl, and I'm good to go. There we go. That one's ready to go. I will get this in the oven a little bit later, but I'm going to set it to the side. My kitchen right now, I don't know. Tell me in the comments below, how many of y'all have a canning kitchen right now? Like your kitchen looks kind of like a disaster zone because you have a canner out. You know you need to put it up, but if you put it up, you know in another week you're going to have to pull it right back out, and there's just no need to put the canner up because you have so much canning left to do for the season. That's the point I'm in right now. I'm kind of like, this is pointless to do any of this. So let me know in the comments below. These are the dates that I use, so I'm going to put them out of the way. So we're doing a ×4 batch of the chocolate granola. So this is chocolate peanut butter granola. I'm going to take a little salt. Not very much at all. Throw in some vanilla. Now this is my favorite. It reminds me of Cocoa Pebbles with a hint of peanut butter. And I'm not huge. I love peanut butter. I love chocolate. But rarely do I like to mix the two. I like it in something like peanut butter balls. I like it in a Reese cup like dish. Most of the time, like if you give me peanut butter chocolate ice cream, it's okay. But here, I'm a totally different creature. So I'm going to do 2 cups of this peanut butter powder. I need to use it up, so this is a great way to do it. I'm always looking for ways to use up stuff I have in the pantry or to make it easier. I don't like putting actual peanut butter in here because it gets, it just feels like it's really hard to turn it. So I was like, well, why don't I try using this? Okay. And then I need my cocoa powder. I'm going to do a cup and see if it's chocolatey enough. If it's not, I will add another cup to it. And if you haven't noticed, I make these recipes up as I go along. It's a basic recipe. As long as you have a basic recipe, you know how much you need to do. You just add what you need to. You can change your ratios as you need to. Your basic recipe is the syrup, the oatmeal, and a little bit of water. And from there, you can do whatever you want to granola. Granola is so forgiving. Okay, and I'm going to do this two-handed because let me tell you something. This is heavy. Move it out of the way so y'all can see. And this is the maple syrup we get. We get this at Rural King, and we get it for about, I'm going to say $26, $24, somewhere right around in there. And we use it quite a bit. I probably end up having to get it 3 to 4 times a year. Probably closer to 3 than 4. We don't go through that much of it, especially once I started sort of pouring it. If you have an issue with your proportions like that, you can always start to pour it into cups for dipping. You will use way less. Pouring it straight onto a plate is just a recipe for using way more than you need to. And I will tell you now, I do think I'm going to need way more cocoa powder. I'm going to need at least another cup. You can see it's not got that dark color I want on it because I want that chocolate to stand out here. Well, no. Well, It might be good. It might be good. Yeah, we're okay. We're okay. All right, we're gonna use the rest of this water. It has a little bit of maple syrup in here because we don't want any of that good stuff to go to waste. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour a little bit of this hot water into this cup as well because we want to get all that good stuff out. And I swear to you, to me, this tastes just like Cocoa Pebbles. It really does. Now, why am I going through and making this? So, what I'm making this for is those days like today that I have a really big, busy candy day. Isabel, she's really easy to feed. I usually make eggs for lunch. Sometimes I don't even have time to make myself eggs for lunch. I focus more on the people that I have to feed, like Aaron and Isabel. And I'll just, on those days, I'd almost rather just eat a bowl of cereal. It's just faster for me. And if she wants a bowl of cereal for lunch, that's fine too. But normally on these weeks, I try to have those convenience items on hand, like pepperoni and bananas and things like that, that I can just, here, these are your favorites. Can you, is this good for lunch? And she's like, yeah. So these are the fun weeks, the weeks when Mom's busy in the kitchen. But she was very helpful today. She helped me with carrots. And we were cutting the carrots today. She was very helpful. I swear it even smells like Cocoa Pebbles. Like, this is one of my favorite cereals, and I don't know why. It always was. I loved chocolate. I love chocolate. I love chocolate. I'm not a, don't bring me a vanilla cake. I want a chocolate cake. And this is just one of my favorite. All right. And I'm going to pull just a little spoon here. I just want to see, and this is not going to be perfect because the oatmeal hasn't cooked yet. That's good. Sweet enough. Just what I need. I'm telling you, get that kick of a Cocoa Pebble. It is crazy. And then there's my rag. Okay. That is done. Okay, those are up here. Now we're going to start on the next thing on our list of things to do. I will bake those here in a few minutes. When it gets a little bit cooler, right now it's a little hot. So I'll bake those, and you bake them for about 325, 350, 325 for 20 minutes until it's done. You'll know when it's done. You can kind of tell it starts to stick together. It might not be crunchy. You don't want to overcook it. It doesn't take too long. You just kind of have to watch it, just stir it in between. But I did a video on this before, so with the chocolate, now we are going to make the overnight oats. So, before you all yell at me, be like, Julia, you don't feed your husband enough food. I do. I feed my husband enough food. I have a husband who gets upset with me if I fix him too much for breakfast. When he needs to be ready to go and he needs to get up and go, he wants a quick breakfast, something he can grab and eat. He does not want a heavy breakfast. So before I started taking over our breakfast, he was actually eating Nutri-Grain bars. That was it. That's all he would eat till lunch. Once I started taking over, he eats a little bit more. Now, if he's eating a later breakfast, it's a bit of a different story. He will eat a little bit more, but if he is getting up and going, he does not want a big breakfast. He wants a small breakfast, but he needs something in his belly before he goes to work. So what we're making is overnight oats, a base of overnight oats. So for a base of overnight oats, it's very simple. It's oatmeal, a little sugar, or whatever you like to use. If you don't use maple syrup, I'd add that later. A little sugar. I use chia seeds, and that's about it. Sorry, I'm having to get all of my stuff from over here. So here are my ingredients. Now let's fill these jars. So I have 12 jars here. They are assorted. Some of these are little pimento cheese jars that I have kept. This is a pickle jar. These are jars I can't can with. So I have more jars in the basement, little pints that I can't use for canning. I can use them for this. So that's what we are going to use them for. And what I need is a teaspoon. And I need a half of a teaspoon and a fourth of a cup. So the type of oats we use, I will put in 3/4 of a cup of milk. And then when we get ready to eat these, I will actually add, when Aaron gets ready to eat these, I will actually add like some of the canned blueberries that we have. I'll add those to here as well. Now the chai seeds really make this very nice. So I just use a little bit of chai seed. And then when I need to have these ready, all I'll do is I'll pull it out the night before or 2 nights before. Should I open up my jars? And we'll go ahead and get those cooked up. And again, I'm sorry about my canner. This is real life kitchen work. I'm not showing you all nothing that I wouldn't already do. I always try to make sure I know which jars are canning jars and which ones aren't. So a few of these are canning jars, but if it's not obvious, what I will actually do, like this jar is not a canning jar, and it says no canning on the bottom of it with a Sharpie. Because what happens is I have so many jars that I will, I will accidentally try to grab one. So everything has chai seeds on it. Now we're going to do a teaspoon of sugar. So the berries that he will have on here will also have sugar. So he doesn't need anything with additional sugar. He just needs a little bit. Just a little bit to help with that oatmeal. I used to make these for us all the time. All the time. I'd always make these, and this when I started really canning fruit because of overnight oats. Aaron loves overnight oats. He would rather have overnight oats over any type of oatmeal. Oatmeal bar, granola, anything like that. He loves overnight oats. He says it whenever they're just right. The chai seeds help with this. They taste like ice cream. He's like, it tastes like an ice cream, especially if you have a lot of fruit in it. And he's ice cream obsessed, so. My goal with this is on a busy day, especially like a busy work day, I can put this in the refrigerator for him so he can just grab it after I add the berries and the milk, or he can add the berries and the milk, one of us can, and breakfast is ready. Just done. I don't have to worry about it. He doesn't have to worry about it. We're finished. I will need this in a hot minute. And now I have my bucket of oats. And that's how I store my oatmeal. So if you all are wondering, like, and this is a Gamma lid. I love my Gamma lids. This is my oatmeal. If I don't tip it over, we're using my 1/4 of a cup. And that doesn't look like much, but it will at least double in size. A half pint really does work better for this for Aaron, because I asked him, I said, would, is a 1/4 of a cup enough? He's like, yes, please don't give me more. So what I'll probably end up doing for him on these days that he focuses on this meal, what I'll probably do is I'll probably make his oatmeal. He'll eat that before he leaves, and then I will have some sort of like pumpkin muffin or sweet potato muffin in his bag, so when he gets to work he can just pop a few of those in his mouth to tide him over to lunch. And the reason I'm doing this over my bucket is because I don't want to lose any of these. I don't want to lose any of these oats. When I make his, I usually put quite a bit of I put quite a bit of fruit in his. He likes as much fruit as he does oatmeal, so there's a half a cup of oats in here. There'll be a half a cup of fruit, and whenever you add the milk to it as well, it really does become a pretty decent meal. Before, when I would make these, I would use half a cup in one of these, and when you got done, it was like up to here. So now it'll be about right up to here whenever we finish it. And depending on your kind of oatmeal, your oatmeal might need just a little bit longer to set. Like this one, it needs a little bit more milk, needs a little bit longer to set, just because the oatmeal feels a little tough to chew if you don't give it time to actually do it. If you have like, don't have like instant oats, if you have like the hard oats. So this is it. I will put the lids on here. Give it a quick shake. There you have it, oatmeal. Ready to go. All I have to do is add the milk, add some fruit. Aaron's ready to go. I like it. I like when I don't have to fight a meal. I will seal all of these here in a little bit with the sealer and get all of that done and get them ready to go into our pantry. But even if Aaron doesn't eat these, we would too. But the chia seeds will increase in size, so they won't be that size. They will actually expand and increase in size. Okay, let me clean up my mess just a little bit here. And now we are going to make pancake mix. So I made a video a long time ago, way back when, on my homemade pancake mix. This is its container. It's never got anything else in it but homemade pancake mix, instant pancake mix. All you do is add water. That is it. And I will show you all the recipe when I find it. It's been a bit since I've had to make it. These are all the recipes I have wrote down, and I don't have nearly as many as I need to, but it does make it a lot easier to find what I'm looking for. So here it is. This is it. This is it. It's flour, powdered milk, sugar, baking powder, a pinch of salt. That is it. This is the most basic recipe. One of my most basic recipes that I have. So here we go. See here? I'm getting out my measuring cups I'm going to need to use. So these are going to be clean. This is whole milk powder. So before I would use instant milk powder, and I'm trying to get to single ingredient food. That one is not a single ingredient food. It's just about as expensive as for me to buy this whole milk powder. I got this on Amazon, and I will tell you I was hesitant because this recipe is very specific. I have tried using powdered milk before that I got from Azure Standard, and it did not work like at all. I threw it all out. Did not work. Did not taste right. Did not do. This one does. It works really well for what we're doing. So I need a half of a cup here. Not a half a cup. 3 of these. These are half cups, so I need 1.5 cups of milk powder. And this is shelf stable. I use it. How often do I use this? Isabel really likes my pancakes. So I make pancakes, about a cup of this about once a week, once every 2 weeks. And this will last me for a couple months. So I might double it. I don't need to double it though. I'm not going to double it. This will last like 10 servings for us, because I don't really make a lot of it. I just do the 1 cup usually, because normally we have eggs. So right now we have eggs. Our new hens, they should be laying here in the next couple of months by about around January. So I won't have to worry about that being out of eggs for the winter time. And they are black Australips. So they typically tend to lay well in the winter time, or mix. There's some black Australips. We think we have a black Marin, I don't know the name. And we also have 2 Plymouth Rocks. I know for sure they're Plymouth Rocks. We were supposed to have 5 Plymouth Rocks only 2 of them are Plymouth Rocks. There was a mix, but the chicks were bigger. So when we went and bought this batch, they were like 2 or 3 times the size of the babies. And I did not want baby black Australips because I knew it would be longer for them to get to the size I need them to be. I would actually rather buy them a little bit bigger. Putting in 3/4 of a cup of sugar. We have 14, and I think they're all hens. Now, you might be wondering, why did you get 14, Julia? You could eat 14 eggs? No, we had a reason for this. So our first batch of babies didn't make it. The predators actually ended up getting them to them. As hard as we tried, we could not keep the raccoons out. So we went back through, refixed the house, and we were worried we were going to end up with males because our first batch of chicks, we ended up with three roos, and I did not want that to happen again with like just 7 or 6 hens. It's a little unbalanced. So I was like, okay, let's go ahead and we were getting 12, and Aaron was worried if we had some loss or if we had another predator, so we went ahead and got 14. Well, they're all doing great, and we have a big enough run for them, so it's not that big of a deal. So I do have a few chickens now. Okay, we are adding our baking powder now. And I keep mine in a can. It's just jars. I have jars of this in my pantry. I find keeping things in jars keeps me on track. Now, I will say, if you make this, make it before you're going to use it. It needs time to settle. It needs time to set. And I will shake it in here, but I'm going to tell you something else. Be careful when you shake it, because the top has came off. The top has came off. And I have had a mess. You're like, you have a mess? No, right? So now I've got my flour. This is the last part of it. I love this recipe just because it is. What did I do? I have 3/4 of a cup, not a cup. But guess what? Oh, I bet my cup is dirty. Okay, well, we're going to be using this 1/2 cup, and we've got to do it 16 times. Because I don't have a clean cup over here right now. And yes, I keep my flour in bags, and I do that for a reason. I could put it out in a container, but I use it so fast it doesn't make sense to put it in a container. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So let me know in the comments below, what all are you doing in the kitchen right now? I know for me, I'm doing a mix of canning, and I'm doing a mix of preserving and prepping. So I feel like my world is busy. Just really busy. We've got, there's 4, 5, that's 6. And this is all-purpose flour. This is not self-rising. I don't get self-rising flour anymore. I only get all-purpose. Now, we'll tell you, I grew up on self-rising flour. I didn't know there was a difference until I accidentally bought all-purpose. And my grandma was like, why did you get all-purpose flour? We don't use all-purpose flour. I learned that whenever I tried to make biscuits with it. And the biscuits didn't rise. Because she didn't add anything to her biscuits to make them rise. I don't know if she had baking powder in the house. She probably did, but I don't ever remember seeing it. And I need 10 more of these. She is so picky about her pancakes. Like, I can't get her pancakes out, or she'll be like, no, that's not your pancake. But I bring her home, she'll eat them all. Got 2 more. You tell my canner's kind of quieted down. It's actually in the canning stage. This is the electric canner, the electric pressure canner. And let me tell you something, it changed my canning world. So now I'm just going to do a quick mix here. Try to start incorporating and breaking apart any big chunks here that might be inside of my flour. And then I'm going to shake carefully, because I will tell you, I was a bit mortified whenever I made that mess. And I don't know, my mom bought this container. I don't feel like this was a 20-year-old container that I have that my mom got. I mean, I remember where we lived when she got it. I remember what it was used for. And somehow it ended up in my grams. And then somehow it ended up here with me. Because it's been my pancake container since Erin and I have been together making homemade pancakes. All right, so, okay, that's done. Now I'm gonna let it set before I use it. It'll be a good 5 or 6 days before I use this. If you are making it, it does make okay pancakes when you first make it, but they are not as good as if you let this stuff set. If you let it set, something about that just really, really works. And then to use it, you're going to take a cup of the mix, and you're going to take 3/4 of a cup to a cup of hot water. Hot water, hot as you can get it. Pour it in there to get to the texture you like it, and then you're just going to let it sit for like 5 to 10 minutes so it's kind of bubbly on top. Then you're going to just fry them up like you do normal pancakes. Works amazingly well. All you do is add hot water. That is it. It is the easiest pancake recipe. It's just the easiest pancake recipe I have found. One that actually does taste really good. I've tried a few others, and this one is the one I will always fall back on. So actually for the longest time, this container had a sticky note of the recipe on it before I got my, well, we actually did the house remodel. I think I had to put that sticky note on in something, and I found it and wrote it down onto my recipe card. So here we go, we've got this. So when we come back, I will have baked all of this granola. Again, 325, 350. It's a little hot right now, so I'm gonna wait just a little bit for it to cool off to put that in. All this granola will be baked and ready to go into jars a little bit later. But yeah, we got a lot of work done. I feel good. I got a lot of breakfasts ready. A lot of breakfast quick options, grab and go, grab and go, grab and eat options, which is really nice to have. So we'll come back and I'll show you the finished product. So we've got almost all of the granola made. I've got one more batch in the oven right now, and here's what the chocolate peanut butter looks like when it's made. It's so yummy. I've already eaten a few little bites. The little one didn't really care for it. It is a lot better in milk because it is kind of dry, but in milk it's amazing. It's so good, so good. Not too sweet. It's just dry. And this is what the date looks like. And this one gets a little harder. It doesn't have that peanut butter in it. And I can always pop that in the back of the oven if I need to. But I think it's okay. It smells really good. So my kitchen smells wonderful. So let me know in the comments below, what are you cooking in your kitchen this week? Are you putting things in the pantry? Are you trying to get ready for bad weather coming? We're not sure. Farmer's Almanac says we could be cold and snowy or cold and wet, which usually means a lot of ice, and ice is probably our biggest thing here. So I'm trying to get ready, because when there's ice, that means there's going to be no power and you're stuck in the house for a bit. So I'm trying to get ready now. So what are you all doing? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you check out our link tree to see all of our other content. And as always, thank you for joining us on The Candy Couple, where we work hard to live simple and enjoy life. Have a wonderful day.